We've all stared down the kitchen sink, looking at a mountain of greasy plates, wishing they would just magically walk themselves into the dishwasher. It's the universal tax on existing. We scold our kids for leaving cups on the counter, we procrastinate until the plates dry out, and we view the whole chore as an absolute black hole of time. But here is what we forget. Before this box lived under your counter, washing dishes wasn't a 10-minute annoyance. It was a 2-hour-a-day, back-breaking marathon. And if you were wealthy enough to own luxury porcelain, your staff was likely shattering it piece by piece. That all changed in 1886, thanks to one furious American socialite who reached her absolute breaking point. Her sheer frustration sparked a domestic revolution, giving birth to one of the most underrated transformative inventions in modern history. This is the story of how the dishwasher conquered the world. I'm Evan Carter, and this is Hidden Object History. Today we're diving into the surprisingly dramatic, asset-shattering evolution of the humble dishwasher. To understand the revolution, we have to look at the dirt. Plates have been around for roughly 30,000 years, emerging back in the Paleolithic era. And for 29,900 of those years, cleaning them was an absolute nightmare. There were no gentle sponges or lavender-scented detergents. In ancient Rome, kitchen slaves spent hours locked in brutal friction warfare. They didn't have built-in sinks. They used portable basins filled with water carried from local fountains. To strip away stubborn grease, they scrubbed with harsh abrasives, sand, wood ash, pumice, and salt. It got the food off, but it also destroyed the pottery. Earthenware degraded so rapidly under this assault that Roman households had to constantly replace their entire inventory. By medieval Europe, the methods hadn't improved, they just got weirder. Servants still fought grease with hot water, animal fat soap, and ash, but they also wiped platters down with bran, scrubbed them with wild herbs, or in many households, simply let the dogs lick the grease away. If you were a lord, you solved the dishwashing problem by avoiding dishes altogether. The elite ate off trenchers, thick, stale slabs of bread used as plates. After the feast, these gravy-soaked trenchers were either eaten, tossed to livestock, or given to the poor as charity. No plates, no cleanup. But as society progressed into the 19th century, society demanded real porcelain and delicate glassware. And that's where the system completely broke down. By the 1800s, even upper-class homes were stuck using a grueling two-bucket system. One tub held hot, caustic lye soap for washing, the second held water for rinsing. It was exhausting, repetitive labor. Worse, the 19th century brought an obsession with fragile, imported fine china. Enter Josephine Cochrane. Josephine was a wealthy, prominent Illinois socialite who loved hosting lavish dinner parties. But every time her staff washed her priceless heirloom porcelain, pieces would come back chipped, cracked, or completely ruined. After one too many broken heirloom plates, Josephine snapped. She famously declared, "If nobody else is going to invent a dishwashing machine, I'll do it myself." Here's the kicker. Josephine wasn't an engineer. She had zero formal training in mechanics, but she possessed a critical, disruptive insight. Every previous attempts at a washing machine tried to mimic human hands using mechanical brushes or scrapers, which just broke more dishes. Josephine realized that friction was the enemy. Instead of scrubbing, what if you held the dishes perfectly still in custom wire racks and blasted them with high-pressure, boiling soapy water? Working out of a shed behind her house with a local mechanic, she built it. A copper boiler containing a wheel driven by a motor, shooting pressurized water upward. It was elegant, violent, and highly effective. In 1886, she patented her design, and in 1893, she debuted it at the Chicago World's Fair under the name the Lavadora. It won top honors for architecture and mechanical design. You would think every homeowner in America immediately bought one, but they didn't. The Lavadora was a domestic flop at first. Why? Because in the late 19th century, the infrastructure wasn't there. Most average homes lacked the massive amounts of hot water required, let alone electricity or indoor plumbing. Furthermore, consumer psychology was a massive barrier. Society undervalued domestic labor. Housewives were expected to do it for free, and paid servants were incredibly cheap. In the eyes of 19th century patriarchs, the calloused hands of the working class were simply cheaper than a machine. So Josephine pivoted with brilliant business instinct. If homes weren't ready, commercial industries were. She targeted large-scale hotels, bustling restaurants, and hospitals, places where high-volume sanitation was a life-or-death priority, and where electricity and plumbing already existed. Her commercial enterprise thrived, laying the mechanical groundwork for a company that would eventually evolve into a household titan we all know today, KitchenAid. The household breakthrough didn't arrive until the mid-20th century. After World War II, the American landscape fractured and rebuilt itself into suburbia. Suddenly, indoor plumbing, standard electrical grids, and automated hot water heaters became the baseline of the modern home. Appliance manufacturers realized they needed to standardize. The early clunky portable units gave way to modular design. Engineers created uniform heights and depths, allowing the dishwasher to slide seamlessly under custom countertops right next to the oven and refrigerator. By the 1950s and 60s, marketing campaigns flipped. The dishwasher was no longer a luxury appliance. It was a badge of middle-class success and the ultimate symbol of the futuristic home. Ads explicitly promised to liberate women from kitchen drudgery. And that wasn't just corporate hype. Historically, domestic cleaning fell squarely on women. Time-saving appliances like the washing machine, the vacuum, and the dishwasher quieted the chaos of home maintenance, freeing up millions of hours. This shift directly coincided with and supported the massive wave of women entering the professional workforce. Today, over 70% of American households run a dishwasher. The modern units in our kitchens are technological marvels compared to Josephine's early copper boiler. They use advanced soil sensors to gauge water clarity, high-temp sanitizing cycles, and hyper-efficient pumps that use as little as 3 gallons of water per load. Here's the ultimate irony. While hand-washing a standard load under a running sink can easily waste up to 20 gallons of water, running a fully loaded modern dishwasher uses only a fraction of that. It is vastly more eco-friendly and economical. What started as a wealthy woman's burning rage over her chipped porcelain plates fundamentally transformed global architecture, domestic labor dynamics, and resource conservation. It's the ultimate proof that society doesn't just change through massive political shifts or cinematic explosions. Sometimes it changes through quiet, automated convenience. So the next time you load your kitchen counter scraps into that sliding rack, remember you're not just doing a chore, you're operating a monument to human frustration and engineering genius. If you enjoy this deep dive into the hidden history of ordinary things, do me a huge favor. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and drop a comment below on what ordinary household item we should tackle next. Next time, we'll explore the icy evolution of the refrigerator and how it completely rewrote the global food supply chain. Until then, keep looking closer. History is hiding everywhere,